Hey, and welcome back to another Make It Monday. Today we're making paper windmills. So I'm going to show you how to make one of these from start to finish. And it's very simple and easy, and I hope that you'll join me. Now, if you're part of our Kids Clubbers and you receive our weekly news sheet, you should have received one of these brass paper split pins, and you need that. If you don't have one of these, you can always use a pin, a drawing pin, but you need to be a drawing pin or a sewing pin, but you need to be very careful with it because obviously it's very sharp. So I'm going to put this to one side at the moment. I've got some glue. I've made a kind of a paper straw. If you don't have a straw, plastic or a paper straw or a wooden stick that you can use, if you don't have anything to make the handle from, then I'm going to show you very quickly how to make a straw. But we do have a video on how to make paper straws. I've got a pencil, again, for the paper straw, and I've got a long strip of paper. That's going to be our paper straw. I've got a square piece of paper to make my windmill from, and I'm using something that's patterned and plain so that you can follow clearly how I do this. We have an instruction sheet that was sent out with our news sheet, so you can follow the instructions at home if I don't make any sense. I've got some scissors, some glue, and I've got a very sharp pair of tweezers that I use for crafting. So be very careful with that, and be very careful with scissors. You may need to get your parents to help you with a sharp knife to do the last little part of this, but we will just see how it goes. Okay. So first up, I'm going to make the paper straw, and you need a long strip of paper. This is an A4 sheet of paper with a length cut off it, just a strip cut off it. And if you want a more detailed video, I think we have one on our channel. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to leave a gap at the end, and then I'm going to glue down one side. I'm not going to put a huge amount of glue. It doesn't need lots of glue, but I'm going to glue down one end of the piece of paper, and leaving a gap because we don't want it to get stuck at the top. And there's so much you can do with paper straws. You can make these out of newspaper, you can make them out of old envelopes, anything. Just so happens I've got some yellow paper, so I'm going to turn it off to the angles so that you can see what I'm doing. Let me make sure that we're in shot. So I'm going to take my pencil. This is a round pencil, just so happens that's what I've got. It doesn't matter what shape your pencil is. Sometimes they've got ridges on them. That's fine. It all works just the same. And I'm going to curve the paper round over the top of my pencil, roll it diagonally across the paper so that it begins to stick to the glue line that we've done. All right, and then all you need to do is you need to keep it quite tight against the pencil. Make sure that your angle stays the same, and then you can draw your pencil down to keep giving you more and more pencil, and you see the end has gone inside the straw now. So we just want to make sure that we've got plenty of pencil, and it's just a case of rolling it like you're rolling a piece of dough with a rolling pin. You're just rolling the paper round your pencil like this. Make sure you press on the line where the glue is when it comes round, and hey presto, ta-da! There we go. Take your pencil out. That's it, done. And here we've got a paper straw. Nice paper straw. It's quite sturdy. Don't think it's good enough to drink from because it's not waxed paper. It's just ordinary paper, and it'll get a bit soggy if you put it in a drink. But you could play blow football with this. You can chop them up and you can make them into beads and make jewellery out of it. There is lots of things. You could paint it, lots of different colours. Loads and loads of things you can make with straws. So that is how you make paper straw. Okay, let's go back to our windmill. So that's going to be our handle. And this is our windmill. So you take a square piece of paper. If you don't have a square piece of paper, you can take a rectangular piece, fold it across diagonally so that you have a big triangle with a rectangle. Cut down this line and you'll be left with a perfect square, as long as you fold it correctly. I didn't fold it quite correct there. Okay, but I happen to have a piece of origami paper which is a nice square, and I'm going to fold it from the bottom up to the top. So I'm turning my square into a rectangle. Now give it a good press, good line, smooth line. Then you open it back up. And this time we're going to fold it, but we're only going to fold it half up. So we're going to fold the edge up to this new line that I've created here. So we're going to take the edge of our paper. Oh, I can't get it to come up. Here we go. I'm going to take the edge of the paper and fold it in half. like this. Okay, then I'm going to just spin it around. I'm going to do exactly the same thing again. So now, technically, I've folded this piece of paper into quarters, except it's stayed a rectangle and not turned into a square. All right, then I'm going to turn it back down. I'm going to do the same process. Again, we're going to fold it in half and give it a crease. This is our center line. Open it back up and then fold the bottom up to the center line. Give it a good crease. The creasing is really good. And then fold it back, turn it around I should say, and fold up again. Now, if you are somebody that likes your arts and crafts, you might have something like this, and this just gives you a really nice crease, but it's not important. A finger crease is enough. Then we're going to open them up, and this is where it gets a little bit complicated. So you need to take this corner piece of this corner here, and we want to bring it into the middle there. So you're going to open it up slightly. Oh, sorry, no, that's not quite right. Let me take that back. We're going to take this and we're going to fold it so that the edge now runs along this crease line. Okay, so it's a little bit difficult, but you can do it very neatly. We're going to fold it across there and we're going to have like a triangle. So it's now beginning to sit up, and we're going to do the exact same on the other side. So bend it back so that the edge now runs across the crease line. So it runs in line with the crease line. And so we're kind of making like what looks like a bit of a box, but we're going to flatten that down. And there we go. We've got a house with a big roof. That's what it looks like now. And then all we're going to do is we're going to turn it round. Oh, actually, it looks like a boat with a big chimney now. All we're going to do is we're going to do the exact same thing. So we open it up slightly, and we're going to take this edge here. This edge is going to run to the crease. It is quite difficult, but you can do it. I have every confidence in you. And then crease it into the corner. Make them nice crisp creases. Nice crisp creases. That's a tongue twister. And then this edge piece is going to fold down. There we go. And then we just flatten it out. There we go. So now we have a square with two triangles on either end. Okay. And so from this side, all we're going to do is we're going to take one of these, because on the other side you can see the square easier on the other side. But so on the side where it's the long side, you're going to take the top left triangular flab and you're going to bend it over across that middle crease again. Going to bend it across there. All right, and then the bottom right flap, you're going to lift it up and you're going to bend it across that middle crease again as well. And ta-da! We've made our windmill. We're almost there. So then you take your pin. This is a split pin. And on this open side, we're going to pop it through. Now, it should go through quite easily because it's only a single sheet of paper. Just stick it in. You don't want it to be too tight. You want it to be, I don't know if you can see. Let me see. I've left a little bit of a gap there so that this will move freely. And then this is where it gets tricky. So we've got our straw here and we need to get this pin to go through this straw, and that's quite difficult. So this is where I suggest you get help from a grown-up. So get them to take a sharp knife or an open scissor blade. I'm using these tweezers because they're incredibly sharp and I could actually cut myself with them. So be careful how you do this. And all you're going to do is pierce a hole right the way through your straw. Ooh. Okay, so I've come out the other side. You can see that. Then all you do is slip your paper pin through the hole as well, so it comes out, and then you should be able to open it up. There we go, like that, and then our windmill is ready to blow. This is a little bit tight, I think. There we go. But it's ready to go. So if you do this with white paper, you can decorate it with lots of different patterns. And then maybe when you go out in the wind, and it's quite windy today, the wind will catch in the sails and it will blow around all by itself. Oh, I'm not very good at that. And it's probably a disaster on camera, so I'm not going to try. But you can take it outside and let it blow in the wind. And that, my friends, is how you make a paper windmill. So make sure that you try this at home, take a picture of it, send it to us so that we can see it and share it with everybody else for tomorrow. So take care, and I will see you live at 5. Bye-bye.